In the beginning, God created the heavens and He created the earth. He created every living thing upon the earth. Thousands of years later, along comes myself, Ed Waters, and I created FreeCircle so I could bring you the fireside. We want to bring you truth with integrity, insight that's right, and stories that matter the most today. So climb on in, buckle up, let's take a ride on the fireside. Welcome to the fireside. It's been a little while since we've done an episode of the fireside. However, like I said before, this is our baby and this is where it all started. And with that being said, once a month, I'm going to start releasing a series on FreeCircle Fireside called My Muddy Shoe Life. Stay tuned for that. It's going to be very informative and interesting as you follow me through my life story and how I had to dispose of the mud that's stacked up on my muddy shoe, trekking down the muddy shoe life. With that being said, today's episode, I am announcing, if you've been following me on the fireside for any time, you know that I'm disabled, and I've been working very hard trying to come out of my disability so I could make a living somehow and provide without being on disability. It really bugs me that I have to be on disability. However, with the recent occurrences in my life, I am finding it just unsurmountable for me to achieve right now what I need to do. I did not give up. I have not given up. I am shifting focus. You know, I've been trying to make a business out of podcasting, getting my voice heard, and what I have to say. I don't see that working. However, this morning I was over listening to Podcast Junkies with host Harry Duran. I hope I said that right. Forgive me if not. But I was over listening to Podcast Junkies. Excellent show. Get it on Podcoin. I was listening to show episode 193 with John M. John was speaking about Sober Speak, which is like a AA program that he does on a podcast. Excellent idea. But during the show, this one sentence just struck me dead to the core, and it hit home with me. Why did I start podcasting? Because I was mad, I was angry, I was upset, I was violated. And today, I feel violated again. However, I have learned a little bit over the last year and a half, how to control my anger and present it with words. And that, my friends, is what I plan on doing. Now back to what John M. said that struck me to the heart. Advocation, not a vocation. Simply put, beautiful. And that, my friends, is what I am going to do from now on. I am turning to advocation instead of seeking vocation. Vocational rehabilitation. I reached out to them, and I'll tell you, the journey that I went through, people would commit suicide over it. I'll tell you. And we're going to get into it. We're going to advocate for these people dealing with vocational rehabilitation. With disability, you shouldn't have to worry about these things. But here I am, upset, violated, and it's got me backwards instead of forwards in progression. All the anxiety, all the upset, I went through a lot, and I'll get into it later on. My focus is I'm turning to advocation instead of vocation. I never really liked money anyway. However, I reached out to the governor's office here in Oregon, and I reached out to the Oregon State Rehabilitation Council, SRC. The State Rehabilitation Council is a governor-appointed and federally mandated council whose mission is to work in partnership with the vocational rehabilitation in the development, implementation, and review of rehabilitation service delivery for Oregonians with disabilities. So I reached out to the coordinator of this SRC to get involved with vocational rehabilitation advocacy. That's not where I'm going to stop. I have a lot more advocacy work that I want to get involved in. Homelessness, mental health issues. If you missed the episode with Tracy Maxfield over on Dead America, wonderful, wonderful interview. You may want to go listen to that. And on Spreaker.com, we got a comment placed by Brayley Smith. Let's listen to Brayley Smith on the comment we received over on Dead America. Last week's show with Tracy Maxfield, Bully Side, drew a comment over on Spreaker.com from Bailey Smith. Let's go ahead and read Bailey's comment. Tracy is an amazing person. She is so special for taking on this challenge of trying to reach people with her message. Mental health awareness, bullying, suicide prevention, abuse. Traveling the world the way she is shows how passionate she is. She is a real inspiration and my mentor. We appreciate the comment, Bailey. Anytime we get a comment, as long as we can, we're going to read those on the next week's show. Thank you for sharing your opinion. So, as you can see, Tracy Maxfield does wonderful things. TracyMaxfield.com. Tracy with an E. TracyMaxfield.com. Check her out. She's a great advocate. Let's roll on with what we are going to do. We're getting involved with a lot of different mental health issues. Depressive thoughts, anxieties, overcoming anger. I'll tell you, I've went through a lot, and my personal development is going to help somebody out there. I've learned with Tracy, she did a blog, and she came out of it with a book. That's a very interesting and unique way for anybody to put your story in a blog form or a podcast form in my case, and then transcribe it over into a book form. Now, the hitch on My Muddy Shoe Life, not everybody's going to just get invited into my deepest personal feelings. You have to have the link to those shows. And to get that link, I'll get into that later on. But you will want the link if you want to really know who and what I am, where I came from. I'm not going to sell the link. Thanks to John M. at soberspeak.com, I have shifted from vocation to advocation. Advocation, not a vocation. I like that. It's a great concept. And that's what we are shifting our focus on. We're going to strip all of this materialism away from what we have been doing. We've been trying to create a job to help people. I don't need a job to help people. This is where podcasting come in. Did you know you can do it for free at Anchor? Anchor.fm, you can become a podcaster for free. And you can share your story with people. Don't let finances get in the way of sharing your story. It's important, people, to get involved. Get over to deadamerica.website. Become a guest on that show. Share your story. Let's get involved and change the hearts and minds and the fears spreading in America. It's not a good thing. So I thought I'd come over to FreeCircle Fireside today and share what's been going on. I've been going through a rough time, and I don't like to cry about it. I want to fix it. So I'm new to this advocacy thing, but I'll tell you, just like everything I do, I want to put my heart and soul into it. And I'm going to work hard to bring podcasting into advocacy work. Because I believe that's where change happens, is when people tell their story. So people can understand what you are going through, how you're feeling, how you got where you are, and why. And nobody is going to understand unless you can tell your story. That's what podcasting is about. And when you've been through what I've been through, from a little boy to a 53-year-old man, I'll tell you, I don't know how I'm standing here today. I'll tell you, it's given me an inward strength to just develop myself, overcome all of these things that I have been told you cannot do. Well, with a good will and believing in yourself, you can do anything, my friends. Yeah, I'm shifting away from the vocational end of it, but I'm headstrong into the advocacy end of it. That's where podcasting is going to come in. I hope you join us. Both of our shows, the FreeCircle Fireside and Dead America, where we find people out there with the stories and we interview them. We bring out their inner thoughts, their innermost feelings, and their expertise on the subject matter that we talk about. So a big thank you to a few people here along the way that has helped me grow in my efforts. First of all, Jesus. He has made me expand my horizons the most. Second of all, my lovely wife that's put up with me through thick and thin. We've traveled this muddy road of life together. We've experienced and felt all of these things together. Without her, I would not be here. Dialogue. The folks over at Get Dialogue or helpful.com, they help me believe in myself. They help me think about changing my mindset. There's a few individuals over at Dialogue that really touched me, really helped me, really inspired me. First of all, Alex the Friday. He's one of the people that worked on the Dialogue crew. Really gave me another inspired thought. Thank you, Alex. At Fireman Rich over there on Twitter, or you can find him on Anchor, Fireman Rich. That man has showed me how to try to be positive each and every day. His, what he calls audio podcast, just audio, not a podcast, is a good thing. It makes you think. Go over, check Fireman Rich out. And then another dynamic duo at the Emily Pearls Show, Emily and Sybil. They've really made me grow. They've inspired me, and they've given me hope. And I'll tell you, Ty O'Keefe, Craig Allen, those two wonderful inspirations. Rest in peace, Ty O'Keefe. You inspired and touched me. I do thank you for that as I move forward into my advocacy work. I don't give up. I get stronger. I build. I readjust and I shift into the direction I need to go. I don't have a lot of money. I don't know how much time I have, but it matters how I spend my time. I used to wallow in sorrow, depression, anger, and now I look to inspire. I look with optimism. Even though I have been wronged, I look for direction and hope and the ability to change. Instead of get angry, let's change it. That's when things really truly matters. Well, that's basically all I've got for you today. Join us next time on the Fireside. And that's it for another FreeCircle podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you tune in for the next episode because you never know what kind of edification is going to come your way. Make sure you go over to the website, freecircle.website. There's always informative information there. Check out our new edition, podcast.freecircle.website. That's where you're going to find all of our media content in a centralized area for your enjoyment. Share, make sure you tell everybody, and until next time, I'm Ed Waters with FreeCircle Podcast. Enjoy your day.